they said, and he said, somebody, I guess it was Bodie Boston, he always talked about it.
There's never been people.
Yeah, said they told us today that our daddies were Santa Claus. Daddy said, well, if that's what you believe, said just go ahead and believe it. And said, I'm sure he won't come to anybody that doesn't believe him. But I've never said it before. Pretty good.
I had a
Big sheet, a big
full of
sack
toys,
sheet.
and I laid them down in the floor and then was spilling them out. And I got about half of them out, and I just folded it back up and went out the door, and the youngins was finally getting to me. So I didn't get anything.
I tell you, that was so
But when he
nice.
came in the door, when he opened the door, he fell in. The back door flies.
But he left part of the gifts outside the door. But he said he's about to burn up. But Kent had, bless his little heart, every time he'd pick up one element and call it out, and Kent would go deliver it. And he was so good that night, and Lord would help and left. Kent hadn't had anything. He just wanted to spruce, so we went way back over there behind the barn one time, and we picked out the prettiest tree you ever saw. Well, in the forest, it looked small. We got that tree up the house, and it must have been 4 feet too tall for the house. So we had to cut it off and cut it off. But we had this spruce out in the hall, and Merle and Jack got little cap pistols. You know, you put a little thing all along in there, little paper thing, and you just mash it like this, and they would fire. Well, Merle came up to me, and I had on a new pair of outing pajamas that Mama had made me. Merle came up to me and popped that thing right at my shoulder and set my hair on fire. Man, I didn't know it was on fire. He was beating me, and I said, hey, what are you doing? Beating it out. So I remember those cap pistols.
I remember people shooting them in my ears, and your ears would ring and ring and ring.
Well, Alma, what's yours?
I don't know, y'all go around. Tonight would be pretty good.
My nephews have cap guns now.
I forgot all that.
That's not true.
That's not true. You tell one every once in a while.
The year he learned there was no Santa Claus, he said he was about 16.
You're kidding me.
He believed it long. He found out there was no Santa Claus after he got married.
And he had to be Santa Claus.
You know, that almost made me sick, didn't it, Joe? I just felt like there wasn't anything to live for.
Well, I wasn't told so.
I guess I'm about
Weren't you?
12, I guess, wasn't I?
Oh, that's...
We did it.
But we always had gifts, Mildred, and everything.
I know,
We
but-
did that upper starting.
Well, I tell you, we didn't get much. When I was small, we just didn't have anything. We didn't get Christmas. And one Christmas, I don't know how old I was. I must have been about 8 or 9 years old, but I guess Daddy had worked a lot that year to make some money. And we had a Christmas tree, and I got we got toys, and it was the first Christmas I remember ever getting real toys. I would get a slip or, you know,
Something you needed.
something you needed.
Yeah.
Right? Not,
Well, you just get
What toy did you get?
well, I guess I was that old because I just remember a tricycle or a big bike or something being under the tree.
Well, you know, we
And
didn't
we
get
just never
fruits
got
and
gifts
nuts
like
or
that.
anything till, you know,
I mean,
Christmas.
we always had fruit. We would get
Now,
My
we
mom
always...
said
But
she
my,
got a candy
my
bar.
mom and Daddy didn't teach Santa Claus anyway. That was not a thing to teach.
Well, Daddy got as much kick out of it as we did. We always hung our stockings. You'd always get a box, one of those big wooden boxes of oranges. You know, we used to get crackers in those big wooden boxes. And we'll let them alone. They'll handle it out.
They're
and-
okay. They're not
And
crying.
they're not bothering a thing. Let them go. And we'd always have some nuts, and he always got raisins. We'd have some of those raisins that were on the stem, you know, had the seeds on them. And he'd put always oranges and an apple and those
British
raisins.
toes and English walnuts.
And some candy. We always got some candy. That was always in our stockings, but our gifts were on the tree or around somewhere else.
Yeah, when you tired, you'll go. Yeah, I bet.
We don't want you to go.
Didn't get out on the bicycle.
And we skates, and you rode your bicycles in the house.
Yeah.
Two Christmases straight they were sick, and they got bicycles and skates there, and they skated everywhere.
What's that with a bicycle?
Where'd y'all have the measles and the mumps and everything else?